Tonight, we have Dave Street, the Bongos, and Animant. Stay tuned. Hi, welcome back to Videowave. We've been away for the summer and boring you with the reruns, but we're back and we have a brand new season. Tonight we have an interview that David does with the Bongos, and we also have comedian Dave Street. We have Animant doing Goody Two Shoes, and we also have, up next, a clip from Jennifer Leigh's movie, Such Sweet Dreams.
Hi, I'm David G, and today I'm going to be talking to two members of the Bongos, who are seated over here to my left. We have Richard Barone, the guitarist and vocalist of the band, and to his left, Rob Norris, the bass player and vocalist and songwriter. They both actually write the songs. How are you guys doing?
Okay.
Okay, the first
Welcome
thing
to New York.
Thanks. Welcome to Videowave. First thing I want to discuss, I think, is, we were discussing it before, that a lot of bands from the metropolitan area or even from the United States seem to have to go to England and Europe to do their recording and to do their work. And that happened to you when you did some of your records. Why do you think that is?
It has to do with the music industry being interested in larger acts, I guess.
The American
industry? Music industry.
It's a big country and they need big, I don't know, it's a whole different way of thinking, you know.
Mm-hmm.
In England, you don't have to be a superstar to be signed, you know.
But I think that's changing now. America's starting to discover its own music.
How did you end up doing the work in England? It was a long way from Hoboken to Surrey.
That's right.
It's a long way to Tipperillo. I don't know, we just got signed by a British label in New York.
They happened to see us in Hoboken, of all places.
Mm-hmm.
And
How
it just
did they come
sort of
to be,
snowballed from there. They were signing another American act.
Were there advantages to recording in England as far as the studios and the sound that you were getting and things like that?
They're probably superior studios in England, too. I mean, I think it's to our advantage to record our first album there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you think your popularity is larger there than it is here? Well, some of the records, the singles came out there first.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know. We haven't been to Europe in a year, but...
And we don't read NME, so...
Why not?
We read New York Rocker. No, we read them, you know, it's just, we haven't been there for so long. Mm-hmm. We might be popular there, I don't know.
Probably more popular. We've done a lot of tours in this country. In the last, you know, we've done about 5 tours in this country as opposed to only 1 over there, so...
Mm-hmm. How would you describe your music in general or specific terms, whatever you like?
Melodic? I don't know. How general is that?
Popular? No, I guess it's a real hybrid.
Well, when you were over in England, you were hobnobbing with a lot of sort of experimental bands, people like members of Clock DVA who appear on your album and members of Throbbing Gristle. And it seems a combination of your, I guess, kind of guitar-dominated pop music or whatever. Seems an odd combination with those people. How did you ever get together with them? Were they sharing a studio, or how did that come about?
Actually, I think we were pen pals first.
Yeah, we used to write at Throbbing Gristle. And when we got there, you know, we suddenly hooked up.
We hit it off, and we had a lot of fun together.
Yeah.
But, you know, we like to incorporate every kind of music into what we do because there's so much that's valid in every form of music, you know, from jazz to classical to folk, you know, whatever.
Yeah, your album's pretty diverse. I mean, there are things that are sort of jazz-oriented. Some things are softer and more acoustic. Some things have more electric guitars in it. You also play around with a lot of instruments you found around the studio. How did that come about? Was that just by
just like that, exactly, as you said it. We found a sitar and a string bass and some strange distortion devices, and we just used them, you know.
You know, when you're doing an album like that where you have a budget and you're working within a budget, it's real good to just sort of throw things in, I think, once in a while. If you find something, just use it. That's how you can, you know, make an album sound diverse. That's why it sounds diverse, because we kept it open, you know.
Mm-hmm. You just use them really for the sound quality of the thing rather than I mean, you're not really proficient on all of these different
No.
instruments, right?
No, we're not
Hey,
proficient.
wait a minute.
Even on the ones we play, we're not that proficient. It's just a matter of just trying things out. That's how we did the record, you know.
We approached it playfully. I mean, they were there, so we used them.
Yeah.
A little while back, well, a while back right now, you did the Taking Liberties from New York gig at the Rainbow with various other members of the metropolitan area
The infamous
music
Rainbow.
scene.
Yeah.
How did that? Some of the bands were not really happy with the results. How did the gig treat you?
So one fact to keep in mind is that it was 32 degrees in the hall,
That must have been pleasant.
and they sold ice cream.
Well, it melts less, when you eat ice cream.
That explains it all. I think that.
It wasn't
Give you
one of the
some
best.
idea.
You know, we've seen all those bands play better, including us. But it was fun for us to go over there and play. There was a big hall.
It was
our
the first time
big
we
show.
played on a big stage, and at that point, all those bands that were included, all 6 bands, were small club acts. We've since played before really large audiences in this country.
That was our first tour of any kind, so
It was fun.
It was a thrill.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to be going to your video now, Bulrushes, which I believe is your current video.
It's,
the
it's,
third.
it's 6 months old, probably. It's our latest video.
Okay, we're going to go to that right now, and then we'll be back in a little while. This is the Bongos doing Bulrushes. Okay, we're back. That was a pretty interesting video. You shot that in black and white. A lot of that video seems to be sort of the opposite of what a lot of people are doing these days, just the way it was set up. How did the concept for that come about?
Just that was the intent. So much of the videos that are funded by the bigger record companies and whatnot seem to have very high budgets, very slick productions, and very little content. And we're after something directly opposed to that, something more archival looking.
Was it a function of the economy, of your economic situation at the time, or you just decided that
What
that's
economic
what you wanted to do?
situation at the time?
You know, with the video things that we've done, it's always been somebody's project, to work with us. And we haven't really invested any money in videos. It's just someone has decided, has an idea, or we have an idea, and we just talk to people about doing it. But that video, we wanted something on film because the texture of film, it's like that grain and stuff. You can't get on video, which is so clean, We wanted kind of a fuzzy kind of film, We're looking more for the textural look of it, too, more than anything else, I think. Like that black and white feel.
Yeah, how was that shot exactly? What was the
Just shot little
process involved
snippets
in
on it
doing
with an 8 Super 8 camera or something.
None of that is
No
actually
sound.
synchronized. I mean, none of it is as it appears.
Yeah.
It's all done from concert footage and some stuff we did actually in the basement of Maxwell.
But it gives it a
It's
good
just strung
effect,
together.
that being sort of, some of it being kind of off.
Yeah.
In
But
the
at certain
sync
key moments,
department.
it seems almost in sync,
Yeah.
It's a strange combination of those opposites.
We wanted it to look as if maybe someone found it in an attic or something.
You sort of started.
From another time.
You started playing at Maxwell's in Hoboken.
Yeah,
A while back, was 2 years or so.
something like that.
At least.
And before you, they didn't have rock music there. What were they doing then?
There had never been a rock band in Hoboken.
No,
Actually, there was Insect Trust.
The Insect Trust in 1967, was that 8?
Yeah. I don't know. I guess Hoboken's always been sort of a alternate place to live from New York. It would attract the same type of people that would want to live in New York, but it's.
So, I mean, I'm sure this has been brought up a million times before, but in essence, it could be said that you're responsible for sort of a, dare I say it, a scene in Hoboken. Is that true?
We lived there.
We
Well-
just happened to live there, really. We didn't. I don't know if we started anything.
I mean, playing in a club that maybe had been predominantly jazz or something oriented, a rock band plays there, and now it's exclusively rock and new music oriented.
It's not exclusively anything, though, luckily.
It is.
Maxwell's
It's
really
just one of the
diverse.
better clubs in the country. I mean, it's just more open-ended. The focus is on music rather than attitude or style, and that's what it's about. So that makes it very appealing to a lot of bands around the country, and they'll book anybody that's good and interesting.
And if we were responsible for any of that, we're really happy because it's a good spot.
Isn't it an incredibly heavy responsibility?
It's one of the more pleasant responsibilities, I'd say.
Okay, your album, Drums Along the Hudson, has been doing pretty well. It's been out for quite a while, a number of months already. What are you guys doing at the moment as far as following it up, recording-wise, singles or touring, or what are your plans at the moment? What are you doing?
We're just playing right now.
Yeah, we've been playing concentrating on the Northeast for most of the summer. The belt from Boston down to Washington, the Beltway or whatever. And I guess we're going out to California soon again.
How are you received when you come to when you go to California?
It depends. Yeah, every place is different. I guess pretty well. You know, it's not.
I've only been out there a couple of times before.
Mm-hmm.
As far as future plans, I guess we'll be recording again sometime soon as we figure out with who.
Are you planning?
So maybe something will be out by January, hopefully.
Are you planning on doing more videos?
Yes.
Sure. Yeah, we like the idea of videos. You know, if they're good, we hate a lot of the videos that we see on that network. But you know, I mean, in general, I think we can do some good stuff, and we probably will real soon.
Yeah, your videos seem to have a nice atmosphere. You know, I guess stemming from your desire to have them be sort of have some sort of more natural bent to them than the videos that you usually see. The Mambo Sun video, it was pretty interesting. I like the costumes you were wearing. Where did those come from?
Morocco.
We're not trying to make TV commercials. I think a lot of those other videos might be. You know, trying to like do the songs, just do a visual interpretation of, you know, whatever you're supposed to really do. You know, we're trying to do. You know.
Okay, thank you very much for coming by. That's about all the time we have for right now. The Bongos, Richard and Rob. We look forward to seeing you, I guess, in November back in New York, right?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, that's it for the Bongos. We're going to be going to a video now by Adam and the Ants called Goody Two Shoes.
Oh, hi. I come out of a culture similar to herpes, penicillin, and contagious hepatitis from the Lower East Side. Actually, I do come out of a culture from the Lower East Side of Manhattan that's been referred to by the media as punk or new wave. And although most of the people involved in this culture haven't used these words for 6 years, we know that there is someone in the middle of Des Moines, Iowa, hearing the words punk rock for the very first time right now. In fact, whenever I go home to visit my family, my father always gives it to me. David, you still live in Greenwich Village, Greenwich Village? You hang out on St. Mark's Place with the punk rockers? I saw them on TV. Don't they have safety pins in their heads? But then I saw on TV these people they call New Wave. So tell me, what's the difference between the punk and the New Wave? So what I do is I put my safety pin in my mouth. I get as mean as I possibly could be. Put on my leather jacket, it's nasty. I start spitting. Keep spitting, keep spitting, keep spitting. Put on my leather jacket, look nasty. Spit one last time and say, that's punk. Then I quickly take off my leather jacket. Take it out of my mouth. Put on my nice, safe New Wave happy necklace. Put on my one-of-a-kind $300 New Wave jacket. And apologize. Gee whiz, Dad, I'm sorry. I didn't really mean to act that way. I mean, I was just under the influence of those bad people in St. Mark's Place. Now can I borrow $3,000 to put out my New Wave record album? In other words, New Wave means always having to say you're sorry for the things your punk friends do.
We hope you liked the show tonight. We have a lot more good stuff coming in the future. We have Conk, we have Los Microwaves. We're going to have a show that practically entirely deals with XTC videos and video art. So please look for us in the future. And if you'd like to write to us, you can at Videowave, Post Office Box 9, Homecrest Station, Brooklyn, New York, 11229. Also, Videowave is on Thursday afternoons now at 3 o'clock at Channel V. See you next week.